Hello, everybody. My name is Andar. Welcome one, welcome all to another edition of Andar Plays Team Next Fest demos. It's that time of the month, year, whatever. Again, it's that time of 2024 where we play demos from Steam Next Fest and show you guys some of the cool games and the not so cool games that are coming out in 2024, hopefully in the near future. One of those games, and this one is not in the good category, is Millennia. When I played this, I was actually surprised that it is from Paradox Interactive. When I downloaded it, I just thought that it was going to be another 4X strategy game, something new and interesting. And it is from a developer called C Prompt Games. They've developed Heretic Operative, and Millennia is their second game. So this is basically it's also one of their second strategy style games that they developed. That being said, the problem that I have with this game, I will talk about it as I play it for you guys. You can wishlist it, you can play it on Steam, you can check it out. If you like it, go ahead and give it a try. But I will say that I'm actually disappointed with the demo because there is an interesting game here, as much as there is an interesting game in Humankind, Civilization series of games, Alpha Centauri, or any of those 4X, strategy type games that people play. The problem here is the game manages to be ever so slightly interesting in that you are you do have a desire to further your civilization and become a powerful empire. It's just that every other part of the game is just the word for it would be lackluster. But anyway, I'll show you guys what I mean when I play it. The demo has a limitation of 60 turns. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the last 4 turns because we know how these games work, right? They're kind of slow. You take it easy. You think about your moves, blah, blah, blah. You play it as strategically as possible. And usually the beginning portions of the game, the early game is slow, it is monotonous, and there's a lot of end turn spamming. So I'm going to play from turn 56, where practically at war with everybody, simply because that's how I decided to play the game. So I'm just going to go ahead and introduce the game. The game is a 4X game. It is a city management game, territorial expansion game, have what you. You start off with your capital. Ours is Champa because I decided to be the Indians in this playthrough. And here is my first gripe with this game. First of all, I'm fairly sure that Indians of all types from the Indian subcontinent in Asia like this. This portrait is more reminiscent of the Red Indians from America. As much as I love Christopher Columbus and how much of an intrepid adventurer he was, I don't think we need to reinforce the fallacy that Columbus actually discovered India. He thought he did. We don't need to reinforce that in video games because, well, he didn't. Just whatever he might have believed. And these are not Indian Indians. These are Native American Indians. Yeah, if you're gonna represent a civilization, do your utmost to be as accurate as you could be. I understand artistic license, but this is not an Indian, first of all. Second thing, my gripe about the game, which we will get to in a moment. The game basically involves managing your capital, and here is gripe number 2. I double-click on the capital, but I cannot enter the view capital mode, and that's not because there's a unit there. I can double-click here as much as I can, and I still cannot enter the view capital mode, which I feel, as a demo that is supposed to highlight your game and tell me how wonderful it is, this is sorely lacking. Once you enter the view capital mode, you have a hexagonal grid that shows you the various tiles that you can allocate workers to and thereby harvest resources. The extra tiles become opened up as you expand your city and add regions. And there's also the build button where you add a particular tile to the construction queue. And here's my next problem. There is no construction queue. I literally cannot queue up stuff. Now they say shift left click to build the next. Now will that work? and I can only queue up one. Most games allow you to queue up like 4 to 5 things per city. Endless Legends does this really well. I don't understand why in 2024 we only have 2. No clue whatsoever why that is. Yeah, you can rush it with money, but even that has to be researched. You can allocate the number of workers that are here. You can see the number of workers that are available to you to allocate to separate tiles. None of this, unfortunately, feels inspiring. Yes, the artwork is nice on the cards, but the presentation could possibly be better, given the sheer variety of games in this genre. Nothing here actually stands out. And the UI should have been working very, very well at this point for a demo. The convenience factor is very important. I should have been able to queue up like 4 or 5 things over here. That is a bit of a problem. The filters are interesting, but the simple fact is I never really reach a point in the demo where I need those filters. So they should have really focused on the presentation a lot more. I wish the UI was slightly bigger, or at least that part was adjustable in the settings option. I don't particularly see it. If it's there, then I have overlooked it, but I don't see it. We have tooltip delay. Yeah, I don't actually see that. Yeah, interface scaling should be a thing that should have been included as well. Now, another thing is you have your set of units that you can move around, and here's my next problem. Once you make a move action to the maximum edge of the screen, like so, the blue icon, the blue light over here is flashed, it turns off, and I can't actually attack the unit next. Even if there's an enemy, I can't do that. I don't see why that is. I know that some systems in these Civ type games do go with that, where you can either move and attack within your maximum range, or you can just move to your maximum range and end your turn. I just don't see why in 2024 we need that kind of an archaic, slow combat system. That's not necessarily a critique of the game so much as it is of the design choice that was made in the game. Okay, so we have our unit over here. So this is why I decided to play turn 56 out of 60 in the demo for you guys, so you can actually see the fighting without getting too bored. Let's go and attack this city. Do we actually have a movement point right now? Apparently we don't. We'll have to wait for the next turn. I'm not quite sure why. I do see the blue light here, but it won't go ahead and allow us to attack. We also have some units standing over here who also cannot execute an attack right now. Well, we'll go to the next turn and see how that turns out. I'm assuming those guys are gonna run. It would make sense if they run, right? Okay, we'll put the archers back in town. I'm not entirely certain we can leave our capital undefended. These guys are sitting right here, so we can actually go and fight them. Now, this is the next problem that I have. This is a very interesting choice in terms of a modern system. I like the art style here. It looks good on the screen, but it's nothing inspiring. It feels... I have no thoughts in terms of how I position things on the battlefield, attack priorities, or anything. It's basically like an animation sequence that plays. You can speed it up to spare yourself the monotony, but I'll just play it for this first time that you guys are seeing it. The animations themselves, they feel lacking. You could just do more. It's very basic. I would have expected a lot more in terms of animation quality. In terms of the item unit balancing, not item balancing, unit balancing, it's very straightforward from what I've seen. Your T1 units are absolutely weaker than the T2 units and so on and so forth. If you quickly rush your units to a higher tier, you can virtually stomp on everyone. For some reason, a battle lasts only like 3 turns, after which you have to fight again the next next turn. That part is alright, but I feel we could have had more animations. I don't see why we needed a separate combat screen where the entire fighting could have taken here itself with more complex animations. If not, on a separate combat screen, we could have had better animations. Simply put, it is lackluster, and the user, the gamer has no agency over how the unit fights. The game has to stand out in a genre of similar civilization games, and I don't normally like to dunk on a game that much, but I feel there's a lot of potential that's just been lost out over here. Okay, let's go ahead and fight the town. Yeah. So you got to break the palisades to get into a town. Makes sense. It's a siege. Units will attack the walls first in melee. Archers can actually fire over the walls. Now that the walls are dead, my units will hopefully go take the fight to the enemy and do some damage. I also wish I could actually change the camera inside here. You can see the camera changing in the background, but I can't change it in the combat screen. Yeah, I want more out of the combat. They need to revamp this. They need to do something more. Add more animations. I don't know, cool judo kung fu. Just make it more violent. I guess make it cooler, man. You know? So make it stand out. Like Civilization has better combat, dude. Just saying. It's got better combat animations, and they're quite basic, so they can do better. Hey, so you can see how our higher tier units are absolutely withstanding all the pain and punishment that the enemy's superior forces are handing out. And they're dishing out a lot of pain in the process, too. Okay, so the 3 turns are finished. We did a lot of damage there to them. The next session, the next fight, they might actually go down very easily. We have 2 Spartans. The Spartans are amazing, by the way. Who do we have in there? I'm not entirely certain, but I'll go ahead and fight. Let's go ahead and do it. Why not? Ah, this is gonna be a thing. The defenders are pretty much useless, but that palisade is gonna be a problem. In that, I won't be able to finish the combat in 1 turn. Okay, there he goes. Now we can wail on them. Yeah, I'm not going to have enough turns to finish this combat, I'm pretty sure. It's going to take 1 more turn before I can destroy that enemy camping. Coming to the actual towns themselves, there's nothing really special over here. There is one interesting addition that I like, in that the game has an outpost and town mechanic. So let's take a look at the various attributes. You have your research tree where you select what you want to research. I kind of like this research screen. You get to see everything that you will gain access to upon completing a tech. I like that. And you can select a number of techs to research. You can do all of the research available, or you can just do the minimum that is done needed to go to the next age. Then you have the culture tree, where if you complete this particular progress bar that you see here, the progress bar ticks every turn by the amount of culture that is indicated, which you get from the various cities and the champions that you have. Able to select a particular power that you can exercise. This varies according to the option that you've chosen at the beginning of the game. You can also choose military options, exploration options, engineering options. You can choose one that you want and then execute that effect. The same goes with the government. You can basically choose a particular, you can choose a particular effect in order to use, like I can raise a tribal army quickly. You can also spawn settlers, the same with exploration. You can spawn scouts, you can claim territory. With warfare, again, you have abilities like force march, more movement, reinforcements, healing in friendly territory, raise an army with volunteers. You also have engineering options. So you have a lot of these options which are available, for which I commend the game. There are a lot of skills and powers that you can execute. I like that aspect of it. It does make it stand out, but they can do a lot. The research trees are plentiful as far as I've seen, depending on what you choose. Like, for example, depending on all the domains that you choose, you can research all of them. All of them have their unique texts that you can research using your government points. What we have chosen is our starting tribal tree, where we have completed everything. And we've also chosen the domain warfare, warriors, where now we are researching the last 4 texts. They all give us buffs. All of that is written in the tooltips, and that's actually good about the game. But I feel more could have been done. Maybe flashier UI, make it stand out from the traditional. So give me a reason to invest my time and energy in this beyond playing just mode. I feel the game doesn't quite do that. I like the art, but here again I have a gripe. With the Indian civilization, there were no Spartans. Trust me, I was born in India, and if India ever had Spartans, I don't think the British would have been able to take over. We wouldn't have had colonization. We certainly wouldn't have had Independence Day. Just saying. There would have been no need. The Spartans would have just kicked them into a pit and just yelled at the top of their voices, "This is Sparta!" instead of saying, "Welcome traders, let's take our spices and enslave us for the next 400 years. So yeah. If you're going to make a civilization, and if you're going to make it especially for a demo on Steam Next Fest to get people interested, please make sure that your art, your representation, honors the culture that you intend to actually represent. Okay, I don't know if this is true. I haven't checked with the other civilizations. I don't know if Europe's been done faithfully or even there are historical inaccuracies there. But yeah, why do the Indians have these weird European style archers and Spartan soldiers? I'm pretty sure India did not have any Spartans back then. I might be wrong. I mean, you know, you can write your own history these days, but yeah. So I wanted more fidelity, I wanted more style and class. I feel like the demo could have been better presented. Okay, that being said, let's go with end turn. You go to the next turn and the enemy moves. We have 2 more turns, by the way, before this ends. So on the right side, you see all the regions that you have, plus the vassals that you have. Now, one cool thing I like about this game is when you conquer a settlement, it automatically becomes vassalized. I like that. Straight up. I really, really like that. Okay, let's go ahead and fight these guys. I don't know if I'm gonna survive. I have no idea. Wait, they got their... They got their battlements back? When the hell did that happen? I'm pretty sure I destroyed this. Anyway. Yeah, they get a ton of free heads. Good. Okay, we're gonna try and kill them. They're gonna do a lot of damage. I think we're gonna incur quite a few losses, among our spearmen especially. The Spartans are crazy strong for this era. It's like a T2.5 unit. In a place where it should be T2. Yeah. But again, they're not Indian. Yeah. We're doing a ton of damage to their units, though. I don't know what that lookout tower is even supposed to do. Oh, it gives them extra defense. Interesting. So we took a lot of damage during that turn, but there we go. We have them sitting right there. If I could rush the culture, I would just go ahead and spawn Spartans right into that army. You can do that, like you can spawn like 2 of them right then and there. Okay, let's go to the next area. All of this is fine. I feel like this is all good. We have an envoy there who's integrating everything. We don't have enough government points. We'll have to wait for that. Okay, you guys are ready. Yeah, go ahead and attack the barbarian camp. I'm not quite sure how much of damage you can do. Go ahead and speed this up and you guys can actually see how that works. See, that speed combat, the combat is resolved pretty quickly. Destroyed it. Then you get choices, like the barbarians ride their horses into battle. The dangerous beasts could wreak havoc on our infantry, but are apparently too unwieldy to serve them much good. Perhaps we can make better use of them. We can get production bonus, or we can spawn cavalry. I'm gonna get the production bonus, because why the hell not? Okay. Then we'll take out this scrubland. I assume that's a barbarian camp. Yeah. Gonna take care of that as well. So, in order to integrate one of these guys, I need 25 government points. I don't quite have that. So, we'll have to wait for it. Who are you again? You're the chariot. Alright. Gonna join them, actually. Yeah. That is pretty good. We'll go into the city and see what is queued up. We have another chariot under construction, which is good. We have extra production as well, thanks to the treasure that we picked up. So I'm just going to go ahead and queue another one. Again, the bloody queue should have been more elaborate, honestly. Okay, you guys are ready. We got Spartans over here, but I don't know if you're going to survive this little heat. Okay, go ahead anyway. The last couple of turns, I don't care. Wow, we actually managed to take out a lot of them with that. But we only have 2 units. So again, we barely managed to survive that. Now I can use volunteers to spawn a spear unit, or I can use reinforcements to heal this army. So that's pretty cool. So what you have on the left side is XP points that you can use for various effects, like I told you guys. So what I did was I used reinforcements and healed this army so that I don't lose both my Spartans. Let me go check if I have anything to do. I have building improvement points with which I can build specific district buildings, to use a term from Endless Legend and other games. You can build them on your region tiles and then get improvements out of it. So what I'm going to do is, I had already constructed, I believe I'd constructed a farm. Hold on. Somewhere here, I did construct some kind of farm. I'm pretty sure I did. But after shutting the game down a bit... Yeah, I think this was the farm, right? Oh, no, here it is. That's the farm. That's giving me food. Now, the reason food is important is your growth is directly tied to it. So if you go in here, you can actually see it's tied to it. Now, they have war and unrest, which is causing problems, blah, blah, blah. But basically, we'll get a new citizen in 11 turns. Why? Okay. They have needs. I'm not entirely sure I'm actually meeting all their needs. And now, I have no idea where to see those needs around here either. I don't know. I think they need more food. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and build... You can build various stuff like houses. Gives you more housing space. You can build fishing boats for, you know, whatever you need. But I don't have any tiles in the water, so that's going to be a problem. We could build pastures, which give us food, but I'm already exploiting both of these tiles. What do I have on this side? Nothing much, really. I've pretty much built very well. Quite well. I can do food. I can do another plantation if I so wish. I'm gonna go ahead and build a mill. I feel like that would be pretty good. Let's pick a tile that is not something we're gonna regret losing. So let's build it over there. Now that we built it over there, you can see the mill is creating 2 flour, and because it's doing that, if you look at the growth rate, it suddenly shot up. Like, instead of 11, I will be getting another citizen in 9 turns. And you can see the needs column has changed up as well. So we have more food satisfaction as also house satisfaction. So it's very important to look after your needs if you want that done. In contrast, Kyoto, on the other hand, is not exactly in such a good place. Their need satisfaction is bare minimal. I haven't built anything in those areas. Okay. I think we're pretty much done here. Let's go to the next turn, which will arguably probably be the last turn, or maybe the second last turn. Okay, they're hitting us. Let's go ahead and take a look how we're doing. You would notice that our army here has already been reduced to just the 1 unit. Yeah, we're gonna die here. Or maybe not. Wow, they're gonna lose their leader. Cool. I cannot believe that... Wow. I cannot believe that we won that. But they've got, like, a new unit over here. They've got, They got a bunch of units. It's a raider band. They got their friends over there. Oh, if we try to take them as we are, we're gonna die. I wish I could finish off my culture over here by paying money, but right now that's not gonna be possible. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull my unit back. He needs to rest anyway, so let him do that. You, on the other hand, let's go ahead and give you a little bit of healing. Okay, you're done. Go ahead and attack that barbarian camp. Go ahead and speed it up. Yeah. It's a bloody mess, isn't it? Cheers. That being done, let's see what we can do to try and safeguard our people. Not much. We could ride up and face these guys with what we have, but I feel these guys are already coming in for a suicide run. Yeah, that was never gonna go well. Not against a Spartan. These are leaders. So let me just explain leaders to you right now. You can promote a unit that's got certain veterancy if you have enough military experience to a leader. So you can actually see here when we click on this, not this unit, if you go back, there is a medal here that allows you to promote somebody to a leader using your warfare experience. Remember, you lose the original type of unit and you get a leader like this with extra stats, defense and health, but he does have his own weaknesses, so it's not like a foolproof thing, just saying. You can go ahead and speed this up. So that's where we had actually reduced them by a certain HP. And here's another complaint about the game. The combat animations are not in sync. The combat logs are totally async. You can see the result of the combat before you view the animations. And after you see the result, the animations, the combat depiction does not disappear. So it's very easy to get confused as to exactly which combat you are looking at what time. It's an event log that you can click up over here to see exactly what's happening. But at the same time, I'm not too happy about this because I feel that this is what should be happening already on screen. Why should I go to a separate event log? We're not in early 2000s here. All of this should be happening seamlessly in proper order without the player having to rifle through several different menus to get the necessary information. Fewer clicks, concise, accurate information properly displayed in sync is the demand for the day. So that being said, this team is doing pretty well. I don't think my capital is in so much danger from at the moment. When we do have a leader over here. So what I'm gonna do is I don't have a lot of time anyway. I don't have to worry too much about that. Okay. We'll skip this guy. We'll go ahead and turn them. Yeah, okay, I think they're hitting us over there, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, what's going on here? Oh yeah, he's gonna murder us. Wow, he didn't kill us. That tells you how powerful the bloody Spartans are. Who is it? Oh, probably this guy. Yeah, but we can heal them. Yeah, but that doesn't mean we're gonna win, though. Let me double heal you. Okay. Now you go take him on. Should be able to win here. Yep. Easy. When you have taken the warfare route, basically your whole civilization survives by killing enemies. And that's what I did. Like, just focus on killing. That's what you should be doing. Okay, so we got the government up here. Nothing to choose over here. Oh yeah, when it's 25 points, I'll actually integrate one of the cities, but I don't think I can. This is the last turn. Sadly, not going to be able to show you guys integration, I think. Now, we got another cavalry. Let's go ahead and combine the units. Units are in good shape. This is a scout. You can go ahead and kill him. Should be alright. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. They should have been able to slaughter them, but they don't finish off the units, which just sucks. Why are they doing that? Okay, we get a combat at our city. I'm not entirely certain you would... I know it's a hero, but still. Yeah, you're gonna take way too much damage. Unless you can one-hit KO my militia. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, very brave, but you are gonna take massive damage and then eventually die. You see the problem. Yeah, he's gonna die. Well done, militia. Well done. Good. Okay, so we have these two guys ready. Go ahead and attack the settlement. It's probably not gonna finish in... Oh, it is gonna finish in one turn. It is. Yeah, the palisade was already broken. Well, improvement points would... Yeah, actually, improvement points would, in fact, be very, very nice. Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and Kyotoize this area because they kind of need some improvement to grow faster. Net grassland orchard. Yeah, they do need the food, right? And I can build a farm. Okay, we need one more point to do it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and build a dwelling because I feel like these guys really need it. I'm gonna go ahead and build that here, and that will help them grow a lot faster. It'll help their prosperity, and they'll just be an all-round better vassal. You guys still researching? Okay, we can go ahead and end the turn, and the demo would probably finish at this point. There you go. So, we've only scratched the surface on our epic journey. Unfortunately, it's a very shallow surface. I'm just gonna say, they need to do much more. I like Millennia in that it does sometimes give me that next turn feeling because I want to make my civilization strong, but that's just more a credit to this category of games rather than Millennia itself. I feel the developers need to improve the animations big time. The whole combat procedure needs to be more streamlined, needs to be cooler, needs to bring more effects, maybe give the player some agency during combat to choose formations, the way it stands, etc. Show us an initiative screen, stuff like that. Just do more. Try making a more interactive UI that's cooler, you know, or just make it stand out from the rest of the Civ games, because at the moment, what's the reason to play it? You know, it's the same as any other Civ game out there. And also, if you're going to represent a nation, I don't know how many times I can say this, show that you care about your product and what you present to the players. Do not misrepresent a nation in your game. If it's going to be the Aztecs, the portraits, the units, they have to look Aztec. It's not just enough to give a bracket and say, oh, these are Aztec units. If it is European, it's got to look European. British. If it's German, it's got to look German. American. If it's Indian, it's got to look Indian. So that sort of attention to detail is what makes customers appreciate you. All in all, I would basically give this particular demo maybe a 4 out of 10. Because it's got the basic gameplay elements of a Civ game down, and it just makes you go through the 60 turns. You kind of feel like finishing it. But it's still, they've got a lot of work to do. They got a lot of polish to do. They've got a lot of class to add. Unique features that make it stand out. But best of luck to them. I hope that Millennia turns out to be a good game. I sincerely do. But that being said, that's it for me. I'll be reviewing more Steam demos, and if you actually ended up liking this game, go ahead and wishlist it. And I hope you guys have a great experience. My name is Andar. Subscribe to our channel, like our videos, tell us what you think about this game, and I'll see you next time. God bless you all. Peace.